Got
Guess what?
accomplice that.
I was slackering. I was looking at chats, and I was
Wow.
and I was grooving to Frosty the Snowman in my onesie,
Wow.
and
Oh
Flasher
yeah.
has to deal with me.
I
Hey there.
volunteered for this mission knowing what I was getting into from the beginning. Well, mostly, yeah.
You
Well,
thought
except
you
for
did.
that frickin' suit you're wearing again. Eh, you should have offered me insurance for this.
No way,
Oh,
hoser.
she's burning my corneas. Okay. Hey,
Uh,
guess what? We're at the dork table again, right, Mary?
yes, we are, and I had to dress dorkular.
Action. Oh, you've done it too. We should make that common wear for the common dork.
I don't know of too many dorks that could pull this off, though.
Well, to wear it to sit on a radio show, yeah. You
Oh.
should sell at least one to Moose. Except make Moose a moose instead of a donkey.
Well, this is Eeyore.
Right, we'll make her a moose or.
Moosor. Okay.
She abandoned me. I was going to depend on her to babysit me today, and she went out drinking and forgot me. I think she left me on a stairway somewhere.
Oh, well, she's probably, got a life. Rascal?
You want
My goddamn
want to
cat.
say hi to all the RLMers?
I probably oughta. Although I'm gonna start out over here in the corner pocket just because, well,
Oh.
that's the screen that I have up right now.
Or
I see
expand.
I see Sock Puppet is over here, and
Hey,
God
Sock.
knows who else is over here. I don't know.
Hey, God knows who else.
I don't know, but hi.
God.
And
Glad you
let's
can
see.
our show, God.
Yeah. And over here on Fakey Book, I see Nancy is over here. Not Ouida, but the other Nancy. And that's about it over there on that effin site, that wonderful effin site. I see Grimner is over here, dude, as well as you and me and Zero Gov. Hey there. Not a whole heck of a lot of people. Everybody must be sleeping in because it's frickin' cold outside, which is why I
Well,
played
not-
Frosty the Snowman, because I saw that my dogs were barking like crazy. And I think
But
the
not
only
to
reason...
mention
Well, I
the
think...
holiday cheer.
Oh, yes, the holiday cheer. But, I think the dogs were
Visiting
barking because
people.
Frosty the Snowman, it's so fucking cold outside. Oop, F-bomb.
Hmm.
It's so cold outside that even Frosty's trying to come in.
Whoa.
I know. It's bad. It's burned.
And you're all dressed up for it, too.
Yes, I am. I'm wearing my nice
Wow.
fuzzy onesie.
I had a nightmare once that I got lost in a snowstorm and found my way to this old woman's house. And when I knocked on the door, she answered it dressed just like you are right now.
Oh, really?
No, I just made that up,
Oh,
claiming
man.
it was a dream. No,
Oh.
no. But you get it because you're wearing it. And if you can't see it, it wouldn't possibly be funny. Zerk, you want to take a look at what Mary's wearing? You got the Danish head shake from my wife.
There you go. Okay, over here in the RLM, which is where you need to be. By the way, if you are listening, you're probably listening on either rlmradio.xyz or thereallibertymedia.com site channel 3 or RLM Internet Radio or RLM TuneIn Radio or possibly even almost kind of sort of on the RLM Spreaker channel. So that's the ones that I think we go out live, which, wow, can you imagine how many brains we can infect? Not
4,
saying how many we, oh,
5.
5,
I'm
yeah.
imagining, should I think bigger or smaller?
I don't know.
No, what I really think is that
Okay.
people know exactly what they're told to think. Leave them alone.
Oh, thank you, Sock. Sock just fetched me a warm blanket. And you know
Yeah,
what?
I saw that.
I happen to have a warm blanket on my lap, and I have a kitty cat on my lap that keeps biting my microphone. So
That was another Dork update brought to you
Yes.
by Mary Dork.
Where else can you get these wonderful, wonderful updates? Yeah. Live
The
radio.
Dork Table,
I
where
know.
95% of it is make believe.
And the other 5% is just me giggling. So,
Yeah,
pretty much.
sometimes. Yeah, when you're not yelling at me about something, yeah, you're laughing.
Ah, true. True.
You're like Moose. You're just so damn stern about your fucking opinion. It makes me smile.
I need a ruler. You know, one of
Why?
them wooden kinds with the metal edge.
Mm. Planning to take hostages, are you?
Yes, I. Rascal,
Wow.
stop.
Okay.
Dang,
You
cat.
have armed Claude security
Yeah, I
barking.
do. On my lap right now. Thank you, though, for the blankie sock puppet because now cybernetically I'm warm as well.
You've made Asmo wait so long. He's typing. No, I'm
Yeah, but I
joking.
overachieved on the F bomb, so I got to be a slacker somewhere else. Okay. Over here in the RLM, which is where you need to be.
Mm.
I see Asmo right up top. Hey there, missionary man. How
Hey,
you
Asmo.
doing? I hope you're not freezing your cojones off. I also see Barman is here. How you doing? Awesomest bot in the whole wide world. And Beth Z is here, and
Beth
she's
G.
she's way far north of me, so I wonder how bursy she is. And Cowboy Tech is here. I hope you're hearing pleasant voices. Do you notice that whenever I say that, I get a more pleasant voice, as
Mm.
opposed to my
Well, the way I understand, if correct me if I'm wrong, but if it's really, really cold, the way to prove if you're colder than the other woman is go to the window and try to etch your name in the window with your nipple. If it works, you're the winner. And if it doesn't work, let me call the guy across the street because he's going to die watching this one. Okay. Hey,
I
you won't believe what I got her to do this time.
I'm not doing that today because, man, every time I
Oh,
let my
well.
doggies outside,
Oh,
there's
no,
frost
not
on the
today.
window.
Not when the weather's perfect to prove your theory. No, we'll do it in July when everybody's inside hiding from the heat. Oh, you know how to kill a good fantasy, don't you? Nipples in the window at the Dork Table.
Well, you know, the problem with doing that on a day like today is they'd probably get stuck.
Yeah, but you're on radio. Who's going to notice?
Me?
Just talk louder.
I'd
They'll
be
think
trying
your
to
mic
pull
is
back, and wow.
with the Eeyore thing. It's priceless. Okay. You
Oh,
may continue on your hellos.
I may?
Hey, Cowboy. Yeah,
Sweet.
you left off at Cowboy.
Oh, I left off. Well, thank you. See, that's why we keep you around.
Yeah, I keep notes.
Oh, hey, Beth went from minus 21 Celsius to plus 10. Woo! That
Mm,
is one hell of a tropical heat wave there, lady. Okay,
wow.
I left off at Cowboy. Yeah, I was using my pleasant voice this morning for Cowboy because I always use it for Cowboy because
Uh,
he's so sweet. And
oh.
and so therefore I have to be somewhat sweet.
Mm, really?
Okay. Well, you know, it's in my rule book.
You have a rule book? Oh, you.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
misplaced it. So I just have all these sticky notes everywhere.
Mm. Do I feel like doing this today or not? Don't con me with your fake rule book. I know better than that.
Ah,
It,
okay.
okay, Cowboy Tech.
Well, Cowboy
If
Tech.
it doesn't, if we ever beat 20 minutes, it's going to be a miracle. Damn,
It's
you keep making,
11:11 right now.
you,
Woo woo, that's
yeah,
an angelic number.
you keep
Moving
making
along.
me interrupt you.
Speaking of angels, hi Grim Dork. Wow.
Hey, where's Grimnerd at? Did Grimdork eat Grimnerd? What's going on here?
Oh, oh,
Uh,
oh
I
God,
think
don't
there's
get
a at least a kidnapping in the works. I want to be a lawyer.
Don't get my mind going there. Rob already said that it always goes to the gutter.
Yeah.
I was talking about vacuum cleaners. Honest,
So
I
close
was.
and yet so far.
Okay.
Okay.
I also see the lovely
Hey,
Kate is here.
Hey, Kate.
And looky there. Trust no one. Oh, look. I see over in the other chat that Lochnar traveled to Sydney. Really? Sweet. It's warmer down there.
Oh, yeah.
Or I would assume it's warm. It's warm. Blah, blah,
No, it
blah,
says
blah.
you didn't go to Sydney or something like that.
Oh, did not travel to Sydney. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
just making fun of your blanket, I think.
Ah.
Oh
Well,
boy, at least you're in a good mood today. That's a good sign.
well, yeah, because I'm not on the road, and so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because if I was
Well,
on the
yeah.
road, I would be a slid off splat somewhere, I'm sure.
Mhm. Well, no, but it's better to be safe and secure than crazy and having fun.
Huh?
Hey, I like to drive in the snow. It's a long story. You wouldn't get it.
Well, I don't mind
Scorpion.
driving in the snow, but it's like I was telling or typing to you before we started Skyping.
Yeah.
I let the dogs go out to potty because I don't want them doing that in the house, and
Yeah.
I opened the door to let them back in, and it is so slick outside. Bubba come running towards the door and slid right past the door. Which really isn't that
Well-
unusual for Bubba, but yeah, because he has a tendency to brakes don't work
It's a-
properly.
Big dog. Yeah, it's hard to slow that kind of movement down.
Oh yeah, he's like a brick on ice. Whew.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Mhm.
okay. Back to saying hi. Hi, Kate.
Hey, Trust.
How
hey,
you
Kate.
doing? Oh, did I say Kate already? Well, I'm saying it again.
And
Hi, Kate.
you are on Trust. Yeah.
Hi, Trust. Oh man, that sucked.
Coffee break. Wow.
Hi,
What do you-
trust no one. See, it was like I was going through puberty and my voice was changing. Wow. I
Really?
also see Beto is here,
Hey, Beetle.
as well as Chalcedony,
Mm, yeah.
and
and
the
that one,
lovely
too.
Circolo, who is
Hello.
Flasheroony Dork's lovely bride.
Still.
Still, I know. She's still with you. And she's
She
keeping
has
you alive.
not. She's not poisoned one meal yet.
Yet.
By God and country.
There you go. Oh, country's
But, I
already
mean,
been bought, and someone's working on God.
But you'd think, somebody that spent that much time with me would have at least tried to by now.
Yeah, you
But
would.
no.
Well,
No.
she's grown rather attached to you.
Oh. I'm still laughing about it. I don't know what to make of this.
I know. We're still trying to figure out what's wrong with her. In any
Mm.
case, we also have a double dip and a Chloe in here. Twofer going
Oh.
on. And,
More than-
hey,
Ooh,
my co-host, Flash Dork.
ta-da.
Ta-da! And yours truly is
that
here.
high.
It's a double dork.
Hey,
That's
Graham.
wow, that's
Yeah.
scary.
Hey.
IB Don C is here, as well as Java
See.
Doctor
Java.
too. Oh, Grim said
Hey.
the snow stopped there. Hasn't stopped here. Or maybe it's still snowing in Nebraska and it's just finally landing here. That could possibly be what's going on.
Weather fun, yeah.
I know, ain't it great? And here's your weather report. It's fucking
Cool.
cold. I just once I want to see a weather person get up there and go, and for the weather for today, it's fucking cold.
Yeah.
Move along.
Then she'll flash her boobs and get fired.
Yeah, but by golly, she'll be able to cut glass.
Get another job too, real quick.
That's true.
I hear banks hire strippers as secretaries.
Do they?
That
Wow.
explains the bad correspondence.
Oh man, Rob works kissing my ass. He had to run the AC last night. I've got
Why?
natural AC going on out here.
Oh, you're not going to complain about the weather, are you? Really?
What?
Really?
What? I'm going to
How?
complain about the weather because there's nothing else in the world that's worthy of complaining, right?
Oh,
Right?
I can think
Right.
of five things, but how
Five.
narcissistic of you
I know. I'm such a
to
whiner.
bitch about the weather. You're going to throw plates of what you had for the meal for the last week on Facebook now, too, huh?
No, because I ate
Oh,
them.
where did I interrupt you at this time?
I was at Juana Taco.
Hey, Juana.
And also, we got P. Bunyan here. PB and J. I just had to throw that in there. And
Hey,
he's
Rod.
what the what the hell? He just checked his
Oh,
weather too, and he's at 60 degrees. Kiss
wow.
my grits, damn it all. And Kate's at 69
Huh,
degrees.
wow.
Sunny beaches in California. And
Huh.
Beth is cold like me. Okay, moving
Oh,
along. Yeah, she's at 17.
boo hoo. Boo. Freeze,
Um,
freeze, freeze,
I,
freeze.
I know it's just enough said. Okay, where was I at? Oh yeah,
I,
Rob Works. Yeah, Rob
Rob
Works.
works. Hey,
He
Rob
got that
works.
bubbler going, but when he passed it to me, the damn thing
Bubbles.
froze up. Vinny is here. Hi,
Hey,
Vinny.
Vincent.
He's trying to stay warm and
Hmm?
packing. He be packing, and it's not
Yeah.
as in packing. It's like packing, and yeah. Um, I also see
Wow.
Phantom is logged into the chat, but I don't think he's loitering around
Mm.
here right now. And looky there, Dakota is also logged into the chat, but I don't think Dakota's loitering around anywhere close by either. Jay Dredd is
Mm.
here. Hi, Hansel. How
Ah,
you doing?
hands.
Hansel. I like that name.
The
Hansel.
voice of treason. I mean, reason. I was close. Only missed
Oh,
it by one letter.
now I know, but you know, one letter can really screw you over. 'Cause I play that
Mhm.
frickin' trivia game over here in the RLM.
I know. I've tried that too. Type
God,
in one letter wrong, or yeah.
I know, frickin'
It's very
spelling Nazi.
specific. It's so Jewish, even Jews don't want to play it.
I know. Jeez. Okay, I
Yeah.
also see Jehovah is here, and Jehovah is most definitely freezing hell over.
I'm not so sure how to handle that one.
Oh, yeah? With
That's
one hand.
is it a bot or is it a human or I don't know.
Holy
I'm
Jehovah.
scared.
I don't
Names that never type anything make me nervous, Mary.
don't be afraid. It's
I'm
okay.
scared. I'm scared. So scared of them. They might say something I don't like or agree with. And then what do I do?
Oh no!
I know.
It'll be like Mr. Bill and Mr. Hand.
Just wait. I'm only getting started.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I noticed you were already doing the high typing, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be a good one. I also see Kozu is here. Wow, that kind of tried to sneak out, and then it just did. And Ninsun Dubois, that's another fun one to say. Ninsun Dubois, because you can get all of your facial muscles going on that one. Like you really
Not
needed to
me.
see that.
No, saw it. Seen it once. You
Yeah,
got to see it again.
yeah. Is that
You know,
like uh, Rodney Carrington always said, once you've seen one set of boobs, you want to see them all?
got to see them all. Yeah,
Yes.
same principle.
Okay.
It's like train wrecks or politics or religion, education. You got to do that shit over and over, even though you know you're wasting your time. You can't help it.
Okay.
It's the ultimate addiction. Is the shit they put in your head.
Oh, how cool. Okay.
Yeah,
And you know
they
what?
just don't tell you how they do it.
21
Right.
minutes. Booyah. Uh,
Told you.
to round out the crew, the one, the only, the sock puppet. And you know what?
Hey, sock.
I was going through and wrapping presents and rearranging things and all that other fun stuff this week, and I noticed that I have 3 sock monkey sock puppets. And it's like, holy
Oh,
crap-a-noli, I got 3 of those. I need to find one more so I can have one for each of my grandchildren, and I can put their little
uh,
names on them.
oh. So you can be all
I can be all voodoo dolly kind of Grammy.
holiday-y. I don't
Holiday.
know how to. Yeah, I don't know. It's been many years since I had children to spend my holidays with.
I think it's
So,
holiday-ish.
is it? Well,
Yeah.
then I'll fucking fix that shit real quick. It used to be that, now it's this, people. Take notes. I'm on a rampage.
Ah, I thought, ish. It's everything's ish.
Isn't that funny how when you think shit, you think you're the only one that ever thought that? And then when you say it out loud, I already knew that.
I know. It's like, wait a minute,
What?
I
See?
just thought
Just
that. What the
yeah,
hell? Did I get a
could it?
late memo?
No, I have a funny feeling. You're not going to understand this one. It's probably going to zoom right
Okay,
past you.
okay, let me get my ears
But
up.
I have a funny feeling that we're all connected by some kind of invisible wavelength. Okay, there you go. I've said it. It's your idea. I'm just stealing it.
I had my antennas up to get that.
Well, I think that you talked to that years ago and then stopped, and
I
you don't often go in that direction anymore. So I was just reminiscing about the good old days.
Oh, well, yeah, I do like I know. I haven't really talked about that a whole I mean, I still share links along those lines that yeah, we're all
Hmm.
still connected, but I really haven't talked about it. Should
Well,
I?
that's because President Twump is so much more important.
No, no, because
No,
I don't talk about the well, yeah, I do talk about the Twumplestiltskin. Oh man,
yeah.
talk about
So
having a skewed view of reality. I
those
need.
ears. Jeez. Wow.
I'm,
I've never sat next to my wife commenting about another woman's ears before. I might be I might be making my own personal history.
should I put earrings in them? That would really be
Oh,
distracting.
wow. No, that's okay. Thanks for offering though. Wow. Anyway, leave your ears out of this, lady. Okay, we have a whole world, right?
Yes.
And we've got some people that seem to think there's a chance we might go into World War III. Not two, not one, but three. So, boy, that tells me that, well, if they didn't learn by one, they had to do that again. They didn't learn it by two, and they're contemplating a three. We're fucking done. They don't understand shit. Whoever they are, and the people they pay to do the shit that they don't understand, we we're in trouble.
Well, see, I think they, as in whoever they are, probably understand, but I think the rest, those that go forth and do the fighting and dying shit, they're the ones that
Yeah,
are going, "What, we really need to have another one? Oh, okay, I'll go grab my gun." It's like, really?
yeah, but it must be that simple. I don't know. Been away a long time now, but I don't remember anymore. I
You're
used to live amongst the gung ho jarheads of Jacksonville, North Carolina, for years, and yeah, I remember when they would be getting sent off to go play in the sandbox. They'd party before that and get all happy and go. But the ones that I lived closest to weren't of that persuasion. They were family guys that wanted to stay home,
well,
stay out of that shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
because they're home, and yeah, duh. I
right. But there was a high number of the younger guys. That's what when they would first come in. That's how you knew they were new too. They were all insane, gung ho, and hoorah and all that shit. But I don't know. I guess it's still the same today. I haven't been there in 5 years, so I'm talking about the past, not today.
well, there are an awful lot of people out there that are still all uh
Hmm.
hoorah gung ho and
Mhm.
I kind of sort of touched on that a little bit last night. People letting their emotions drag them around as opposed to, you know, trying to think just a skosh before you
Yeah.
react. And I'm not saying everybody else does it and I don't, because good Lord knows
Mm.
I have a tendency to get just a bit emotional from time to time.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I'm trying to control that just a little bit more.
Oh,
And
did I upset you? Did I upset you with this topic for real?
no, no, you didn't.
Oh,
But it
okay.
it is one of those things where you look around and you go, "Holy shit, why in the hell am I always letting that kind of crap tug
Mm.
on my emotion strings or
Oh.
jump
Mm.
around on that last emotional nerve?"
Right.
Instead of just instantly getting all pissed or whatever, that I think that is part of being an actual grown up is, learning to control those issues just a little bit. And I'm not saying I'm a grown up yet because ears.
No. Well. Oh, come on. The same people that wear a suit and a tie and look grown up are the same people that do these horrible things to you, knowing exactly what they're doing to you, but lying anyway.
Well,
So I'd rather have a giggle and look at the ears.
yeah. Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
suits, and I do know a few people in suits that, they wear suits because they like wearing suits. And I go, really? Okay, I like wearing this zoot suit. So, I
Mm.
guess you
It's a
change one
status thing.
suit for
No, it's
another.
okay. If you've ever taken the time and had the money to put on and wear a good suit, it is as addictive as any other power trip there is. The Just the material makes you feel better.
See, I've never worn a suit that, except
Right,
for
right.
this one, because this one
No,
is
no.
very warm and soft, but it's not the kind of power suit that you're talking about. This is a power
But
suit,
I'm
as in I feel
I'm
powerful, I'm warm.
I'm voicing an opinion about a serious topic,
Yeah, I know.
and I usually don't, but this particular one, I can understand that.
Well,
You
yeah.
know,
I mean, hmm,
I prefer the ZZ Top thing, but I know what it's like to be in public in good clothes and how much better you feel than when you're out in jeans and a t-shirt. There's comfort and then there's status, and status is addicting.
well, I guess I've never really had status, so I don't know how addicting it is.
Okay, well, that's my version of how to explain what the thing with the suit is, what it
Yeah.
represents.
Oh, yeah.
Because the working guy doesn't wear a suit because he'll get it dirty. So there you go. But the guy that can afford to wear a good suit, he ain't doing anything stressful, strenuous. He's got money to take care of shit with. It's a status thing.
And yet, you know what? I know a few people that, they do wear the business suits, but they also,
Hmm.
one gentleman that comes to mind, which from years
Hmm.
and years and years ago, and wow, I totally freaked when I saw him in a suit because when I first met him, he was in, excuse me, bib overalls and cut off flannel shirt,
Yeah.
out there amongst the masses and just kind of, milling about with the rest of the strikers. And when I saw him in his suit, it was like, no, 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 that ain't the same guy, is it really? Because there was a strike going on where I was working, and he was out among the strikers. And I'm thinking, okay, he's just another employee that I haven't met yet. No big deal. And then when the strike got solved, um, and the employees that were fired for taking a nap on their lunch break. But when it all got remedied and everything, and they were having the big old honkin' party afterwards, I was one of the few people that was not part of that company that got invited. And I went to that party, and it was like, holy shit, is that really you? God dang.
Yeah.
He was the majority stockholder in the company.
Hmm.
And he said, if you don't fix this, if you don't hire these people back and give them their back pay with interest, I'm pulling all of my money out of the company, which would have douched the company.
Hmm.
And it was like he was just a regular Joe. The only reason he was dressed up was I don't know, it was a party. I don't know, but
Oh yeah, regular Joes talk like that all the time on the internet. You
well,
know,
you know,
in
I
chat rooms maybe, but in person, if you can talk like that and get results, you don't need to yell.
yeah.
What's the point?
Mhm. I was
You know
impressed.
what? I learned a lesson long, long time ago, and it was somebody doing it to me that taught me the lesson I didn't want to ever have somebody else do, and it was about a meal. I don't know. I had some kind of restaurant job, and I got yelled at for something, and I went, "Wow, man, that's no way to get what you want out of life." Just a dork moment. Had to relive it. It was like a tick.
Well, no, but that's true. Are you going to be um more willing to serve someone a good meal, when working in the restaurant setting, if
Mm,
someone is
mm.
constantly growling and cranking at you? Or
No,
are you
it's
going to
repellent.
be,
Yeah,
um, a very good wait staff or whatever you wish to call
yeah,
them, if um,
yeah.
if the person is very congenial and, joking around with you and stuff? I've
Uh,
had those jobs. Cripes, my first real job outside of babysitting or delivering newspapers, I was a car hop. And so,
yeah.
I remember what
Sweet.
it's like to deal with cranky ass people
Yeah.
and to deal with happy people. And I much preferred the happy people, and therefore I tried to be a happy people.
Hmm. Well, you know what? To continue on that suit thing too, you brought. I didn't get to this thought before we went to your hot pants job
Oh,
where you're bending over to pick up that quarter.
yeah.
Anyway,
How'd you know I had one of those?
just psychic powers and the camera. Anyway, no. Uh, well, this this thing I harp on about life being subjective. Some things will hit 9 out of 10 people and not the 10th person. Well, maybe it's the same with that clothing idea that I was trying to explain.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's a 1 out of 10 that can wear that and not physically be attracted to it, where, wow, that feels so good. Ooh. And then it starts to give you this like big head.
Yeah, it's a mindset thing.
Oh, the girls are all looking at me. Oh, yeah, because they want somebody to buy them a drink.
Yeah,
Dumbass.
because every girl's crazy about a sharp dressed man. You brought up
No,
ZZ
because
Top.
the poor ones know they can drink if they pay attention, and the rich ones don't give a shit because they've seen it all. Never mind.
See, and I also learned out in
Mm,
that was all when I lived out in Colorado, but I learned
mm,
out there that, if someone's buying you a drink, that's not just a free drink. There's
mm.
strings attached. So
Hey,
I learned
did
that
I
as
ever
well.
did I ever tell you that I went to look for a job in my 30s on a boat in Baja?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you
Well, I'll
going to be
tell
a
you the whole.
smuggler or a pirate? Arr.
No. Well, I had a disagreement with a relative. I had come back from England to go to Arizona, and I had stayed in Arizona for a bit, and me and my brother didn't see quite eye to eye, so I decided it was time to venture off and find something else to do.
Uh-huh.
So at midnight on this weekday, I decide I'm hitchhiking to Baja. I'm going all the way down to Cabo San Lucas, Baja from Phoenix, Arizona. And it
Ah.
took me, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. And on the way to Cabo, there's another little port town called La Paz. So I stopped there and I got this idea. I'm going to get on the radio here and I'm going to ask if anybody's looking for crew for their little sailing boats. Maybe they're going somewhere. I'll jump on it. And I thought, this will never work. And I did it anyway. And this English guy answers the thing and says, well, me and my partner are going so and so. We'll be right up to meet you in a minute. Hang up the thing, wait. And this guy comes up. And so we negotiated and they said, sure, we'll have you on the boat. We're leaving in the morning, blah, 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 and we're going here. So I try this, and I've never been on a sailing boat in my whole fucking life. And I told him that. No experience, don't know what I'm doing. I just know I don't get seasick. Been on boats, but not nothing like this.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are on the very first day, and the guy says, you wanted to steer it and see what that feels like? You just got to keep it. See that buoy over there and this thing here, and just do the thing, the reading on this meter. Keep it so-and-so and have fun. And we're drinking beer. So as I'm drinking beer, these guys, they decide they want to go fishing. And I don't fish, so I just figured, oh, okay, well, we'll kick back and you can go fishing and I'll watch. And I passed out from the beer. But before I passed out, somebody caught a blue fish. And there's this blue fish on the deck. I pass out. I come to later on, and the damn fish is yellow. Imagine a thing like that.
They caught a blue fish and then it turned
It
yellow?
was yellow. Yeah. But see, I thought I was seeing a blue fish, that there would still be a blue fish. What I didn't know is the sun bleaches this particular fish a shade of yellow. So these guys had a blast teasing me about, no, there was no blue fish, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
Then, right. Then the next bad thing that happens is the engine blows up. We're like, I don't know, 30, 40 miles into, maybe not even that, into this trip to where we're going. And we got to turn right around and sail back to where we started because the boat had a little shit. And then I had my first experience with sea legs off a small boat like that. And we went right to the bar. Anyway, all that was because I just follow these ideas and go, well, when I was younger, and would just do shit. And I had to get my passport stamped by the customs people in La Paz before I could even board the boat. And it was just a boat. It wasn't a ship. I mean, it was just, I don't know, 40, 50 feet. It wasn't very big. But the customs had to know where I was. You can't get on a boat without getting your passport stamped. Or you're a stowaway, and then la, all kinds of them.
Rules, 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 rules. Oh, did you see this link that Grammy just shared?
No, I don't open links because I'm afraid of catching a virus.
Lancelot links. It's New York Times blames winter chill on global warming. It's that whole circular logic shit. Or backwards logic or whatever.
Oh, do explain to me how this works.
Well, let's see. Apparently, it says, feeling a chill, blame the polar vortex and global warming because you can't have one without the other, apparently. On Thursday, temperatures on the East Coast are expected to plummet, and some people, fellow journalists and weather broadcasters, are looking at you. May start talking about polar vortex. Ooh! We thought you might want to know what a polar vortex is. Well, you know, a polar vortex is it's cold air, and that's what happens when, you know, the northern hemisphere is tilted in such a way as to have winter.
Well, that was dorkier than my sailing story.
I know. It's like I was really expecting it to be something.
I know, to go somewhere. Just went.
I know.
That
it kind of fizzled out.
Horrible.
Because global warming. I think Frosty the Snowman peed on it and it melted.
Okay.
Global warming.
All right. Right. Climate change, global warming, taxing the air, all that shit aside for one moment. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think there's a certain amount of truth in the bullshit that we've been fed. The problem is that it's 90% bullshit and 10% truth, and your job is to figure out which 10% aren't they lying about. So, not to say that damage isn't happening, it's just it's not happening the way they're claiming it's happening. It's natural. And they're claiming that we're more responsible for what's going wrong than we truly are.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, global, right. You know, there is climate change going on because that's what the climate does. It changes.
Right. But what I'm saying is we're being lied to but there's some truth in it. There you go. Okay, go ahead.
Well, and
Fix me, man.
it
I'm broke
is
here.
man-made climate change, but it's not what they're
Mm,
telling us, because what they're
mm,
telling us is a way for them to profit off of both ends of the equation.
exactly. Good
So,
point. Yeah, I
yeah.
like that. You sound like Rob Works and Grimm now.
Oh God.
Wow. I'm
Wow.
telling. Yeah. Well, there's a small percentage of people that they seem to lean the same way when we talk about government and their little tentacles that their leechy little arms grab onto.
Ah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just becoming easier to hear for me.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah. I had a
Playing.
new guy in the RLM today, but
I saw
I,
that PJ Black
I don't know.
guy, and then he went
I
away.
don't know. Mm. This could be overwhelming for somebody that's new, doesn't get the inside jokes yet, and the closeness of certain people. They seem to talk to each other while the chat's going on and nobody else.
Yeah. Well, that's the fun part about chat, though,
Yeah,
is you can just,
yeah,
two
yeah.
people can carry on one hell of a conversation and pretend like the rest of the world isn't even there.
Yeah,
And for the most
me and
part, the rest of the
Cowboy.
world ignores them.
Yeah, me and Cowboy Tech were having a little chit chat for a minute this morning, and yeah, and there was other people, but I wasn't reading what they were writing. I was just reading what Cowboy was writing. It just civilized banter, checking each other out to make sure we're still sane, and go on our way. And he's real interested in earthquakes, and I've lived through all that kind of stuff, and it doesn't hold an interest in to that level for me. Mm. Does that would make sense? I mean, it's like snowstorms. I mean, you have them every year, so right?
Yeah. Or like, oh, cripes, it's been a while, though.
Mm.
When Porkus and I were doing quite a bit of chit-chatting back and forth, and he had called one time, and I said, I can't really talk for very long because I'm hanging
Oh,
out in the
yeah.
basement because we got tornadoes around. And he's going, oh my God, tornadoes. And he's totally freaking out.
Mm.
And I said, Hun, seriously, you're freaking out about tornadoes that just come by occasionally. And yeah, I can hide from a tornado. But fucking earthquakes? No, where do you hide from an earthquake? And he's out in California. Where the hell do you hide from an earthquake?
Mm.
You know, when,
Oh,
when
you don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
when
don't.
Mother Nature decides to shake the fleas off, there ain't no place for you to hide.
What was it? 89, 88, or 89, and the Oakland A's were playing the San Francisco Giants in San Francisco for the World Series,
Yeah.
and we had gathered to the bar for the opening game. They were playing down in Candlestick Park. Well, they bought it up called 3Com Park or some bullshit. Anyway, it's Candlestick Park to me. And in the first, I don't know, maybe the first inning of the game, the room started to shake.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the earthquake in the yeah, and the bartender was grabbing onto the side of a doorway, just like you couldn't pull her off it. And I went outside and I'm watching cars bouncing off the ground and people telling me to come back in. It's dangerous. I'm like, what? So, what are you gonna do? Something's gonna fall on you. You're gonna get hit.
Yeah, and only
Doesn't
so
much
many
matter.
people fit inside a doorway.
Well, right, but the bar it wasn't real full. It was early. It was like 5:30, so it had a fair crowd for a weeknight at that time when most people were traveling after work.
Yeah.
And yeah, but the fear, few people had it. Not everybody there. Most of us had been through it before, one way or another. Yeah.
I I think I've been in one minor earthquake, and that was enough.
Hmm.
In any case, I think Grimmy shared a meme for you, Flash. I know you
Hmm.
didn't see it, but
Oh, I don't. I'm too
because
I'm so I'll screw something up if I open up shit.
well, it said that Windows has detected that you're stoned as fuck.
Probably. Thank you. It's so nice to be noticed, because I often sit here and wonder, wow, Can they tell I'm stoned? Toke,
Well,
toke, toke, toke.
Windows has detected that. Yes, you
Uh,
are.
That's why I need Linux. Linux don't care. Linux sends you papers.
And they say, dude, this is open source. You're supposed to share that shit. Puff, puff,
Oh,
pass.
did did you know I broke my Twitter cherry yesterday and I got mainstream? I
Uh,
went, well, I don't know. I thought about it and I went, well, I don't do very well with the social sites, the popular social sites.
yeah.
I've seen enough knowledge over the years. I don't need to read any more fucking links about anything. I live in fucking Denmark. Ain't nothing going to happen here. So, holding that thought, I went, wow, man, let's try this Twitter thing because I heard Grim talk about it.
Yep.
So, and I used my super dork logic skills, and
Oh,
what I did, I looked for Grim.
there you go.
And by finding Grim, I found you and Cowboy and a few others, Vincent. And I thought, wow, this is enough. I can still, do this Twitter crap and see what that's all about. But I know that the sources that I'm following are honest.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm getting skeptical in my old age, Mary. I'm becoming an old Jew, motherfucker. Oh, just like my kids told me I would.
Yeah. I like that link you shared, Sock Puppet, about the climate change bullshit. And I remember reading something, oh cripes. It's been a while back, about they were talking about climate change and stuff back in the 1920s.
Oh
And
yeah, it's been gonna ongoing. Yeah, hot, cold, whatever suits the mood. The press doesn't have any heart. They don't care what they tell you. They
well,
tell you
it's
what they want you to hear.
it's always something that it's your fault and
Yeah,
you have to
yeah,
pay to fix it,
yeah,
even though
ex-
it's just a bullshit narrative
yeah.
that they threw out there, but they actually have a platform to put that bullshit narrative in your face. And the reason they have that platform is because you fucking pay attention to them, and then you go,
Hmm,
wow, it must be true, it was in the newspaper.
hmm.
Bro, it's only nowadays, the only difference is, wow, it must be true, it was on the internet. And then we have all this fake news. So now even the internet is no longer safe.
Yeah.
That's what has me shaking in my knickers. It's like, oh man, even my
Remember,
even my internet is no longer safe.
remember a few years ago when I would tell you that all the stuff, the main stuff, is all sourced through the same point of reference, both positive and negative.
Uh-huh.
Now I have proof.
Yeah, well, they have to control the narrative. And how do they do that?
Hmm.
How do you control the narrative?
Hmm.
Because you play both sides of the equation. And then you
And
cover the middle ground as well.
And yet, there are still many folk out there who believe the side of the story they like and think it's knowledge and newsworthy when it's nothing but regurgitated banker stuff. Man, you're just falling for the trap. Look around you in the room you're in right now. How many enemies are you with? Probably none, is my guess. I don't see an enemy anywhere here.
Well,
See Cirque and the Hannibal. The doctor's probably hiding out in a window somewhere.
I got Rascal on my lap. And she
Hmm.
can be an enemy in the middle of the night, because every once in a while
Oh,
she decides to jump off of the headboard of my bed and go right on my gut, which usually makes me go, oh, yes, I have a bladder and I probably ought to tend to that.
oh, jeez. Wow, there's a visual. Mary in an Eeyore suit being pounced on by a cat. Oh, beware. This is scary. I'm teasing you, Mary. You look wonderful in your suit.
Why, thank you. I like my suit.
I just can't do it with this without laughing. I don't. Okay, I'm trying. I'm composing myself again. We are composed again.
I need to
Right.
get
Let's
me
be
a couple more of
serious.
these.
Mm.
I
You
have.
ought to mark. You know what? See, if it wasn't already a Disney thing, I would say, wow, you should send those to your enemies. I mean, your friends.
You know what's really cool is when I got this several years ago, it was
Yeah.
on a clearance rack,
Oh.
and I went, oh, wow, that is just so freaking cool. And so I bought it, and then the next time I went and stayed with my youngest daughter,
uh,
and I brought this with me, she goes, I'm going to steal that. And I said, no, you're not. And I wound up getting her one as well because I found one for her. Now, she's not an Eeyore. She's a bunny wabbit because she's got the little floofy bunny tail and everything on it. She was just so tickled shitless with that. But then I
mm,
started looking for them.
mm,
And that leads me to that whole connection, that you were talking about earlier, where
mm,
we're all connected. It's that law of
mm,
intention and
mm.
I started looking for these lovely little zoot suits, and then next thing you know, everywhere I
Mm.
went, I saw at
There they
least
were.
one.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
set an intention and you really set it,
Oh
you
yeah.
wind up finding that kind of stuff. So now I
Yeah.
have this one, and I have one that has snowmans all over it, and I have a zebra striped one, and I have one that's pink with bunny wabbits on it, and I
Well, I can see I'm going to have a wacky, colorful winter
yeah.
on the radio with you.
Now
Now you
not
see
all of
why?
them have the hoodie things, but they're all
No, but
onesies.
you see why I picked you for a hostage.
Yeah,
There you go.
because if
You
nothing
know,
else, you gotta laugh.
not not because of our similarities, by God, in
Yeah.
country. I don't I don't think that we have any similarity. I don't know. Outside of the will to be responsible for your own fucking shit and tell people, these other people to leave you alone. I don't think we have a lot in common. Uh-oh. I might pick in a fight with my radio partner live
No,
on the air.
no.
Hey, Walter just came on. Hey, Salvaner,
I
how
see
you doing?
that. Hi,
He
Walter. I don't know if he's
he
listening.
changed. No, but he changed to Wednesdays, and now I have to reorganize my Wednesdays so I could catch his show. I get a great, I get a giggle out of his interpretations. When he reads and the shit that he says.
Yeah.
Man, that guy's he's one of a kind. I mean, you can't compare him to anybody. He's like everybody all rolled up into one.
I know he is cool, and I
Yeah,
love his accent.
yeah. And if you don't want to know what he thinks, don't fucking ask him.
Yeah.
But hey, there you go. But he used to come on before us, and then he shifted around for work reasons.
Yeah.
So because he's part of the RLM collective that we are entertaining with our dorky shit this afternoon, morning / evening.
Yeah. Well, and he's over on UCY, so but and I
Yeah,
haven't been there
well,
for a while. I need to go.
oh, well, right, but he have well, yeah, Grim has a channel 6 on UCY on the RLM.
Uh-huh.
So we're connected by something, by the electronic thing that we do. So, hey, I like to mention the other people and a special hello to Rob Works. If he catches the show, I don't think he's on right now. He might be, but he's got his own project he's going to do with his partner starting the 7th of January, and he's going to come on after us.
Yeah, I know. Wow, that really puts pressure on us. We're a lead-in for smart
No,
people.
no, no. Nah, it doesn't put pressure on us. It was
I
just
know.
nice. It was nice to see that people got involved in this radio thing that Grimm's provided for us, and now other people want to do their own program.
I
You
know.
know?
Isn't it awesome? I
Well,
think it's way
yeah,
cool.
because I mean, I remember when it was just pretty much Grimm and Moose, and then
Yeah.
started to check. Yeah, I tiptoed around, ran into Hal and you, and yeah, a few people here and there.
Yeah,
And
it's
now look, it's like a cup overflowing all over the table.
I know who's going to clean that mess up. I think we need to spread that mess around is what I think.
I
But
think we should get Grim and Moose to clean it up. It's their radio show that started all this.
You
Let's
know, and
put the
I actually
responsibility
remember
where it
when all of that
belongs.
started to, or at least,
Mm.
when I first uh,
Yeah.
met them, because it was way back when Ant first started WT, and he hooked up with Grimmy. And I started
Mm.
listening to Grimm and thinking, wow, he's really smart. And then Ant was trying to
Yeah.
talk me into do a radio show, and it's like, are you kidding me? I can't do
Yeah.
that. Holy
Well, I
shit.
like, yeah, I like Grimm's attitude about, especially about his authorita.
Yeah.
And there's a few people that share that. Rob Works. I mean, to that level where they really do not like them. I've never, I've never achieved that kind of disgust for them personally, but I've been around a few people that did, and wow, to keep your cool and not end up in their trap is really commendable. And if you guys hear that shit, I hope you really know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, there's
Yeah,
some brilliant, brilliant minds out there, and we have been
yeah.
blessed to have been introduced to them.
Mm.
It's
Well, yeah,
awesome.
and a lot of people don't, the physical does not necessarily represent the inside packaging. That's just how you look at society and not how I look at it. Because if I did, I would never, I mean, your Aor suit could ruin somebody's opinion of you. You know what I mean?
And you know
They
what?
could,
If it ruins someone's
yeah.
opinion, then obviously that is not a person that I want to hang out with.
Be some true. Man. No, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean
No,
it
but
that
I,
deep. Yeah, maybe I did, and I don't see it yet. Yeah, that's ooh, because they miss a lot about you because they judge you by what you're wearing.
yeah,
Is what I was. Yeah, the same thing with the suit. People misjudge. Oh, look at that guy. He can afford a $3,000 suit. He must blah 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 blah.
yeah,
Mm, right. Yeah, I bought mine too.
yeah. They're
Never mind. Bad joke from the old days when I was like a squirrely kid that didn't know what hole he was peeing out of. But
ah. Well,
yeah,
it's
life
like a lot
teaches
of those
you.
videos that you see anymore
Mm,
of,
mm.
and which I rag on people about doing, video and all of this shit all the time instead of
Uh,
jumping in, but yet there's a good side to that as well.
oh yeah.
People are, restaurants have like a piano out in front of them or whatever, and anybody can just go up and start playing. And these videos that I'm starting to see of all of these absolutely amazing and talented people that are homeless and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they get up there to that piano and they start making wonderful noises come out of that, and I just kind of go, wow.
Mm,
And
yeah.
it's so
We've
cool.
been trained to recognize the worst in other people. I do it all the time. I'm not any less guilty than those I'm accusing. Okay. Just it's so much fun. How do you stop?
Yeah, that part is kind of sort of addictive. you know it's
Hmm.
it's one of those
It
things where,
satisfies like a sickness in us all to, either poke a finger or laugh at or whatever, that negative shit. We all get sucked into it somewhere. Eventually, it takes a lot of control to not. A lot of awareness. Now that
hey,
if somebody could do that and tell me they're awake, I might believe them.
yeah, yeah. Okay, Vincent wants to play along as well. Let
Play
me
along.
Yeah, he wants to join the.
Oh, yeah, he's so dorky. He's here in spirit, whether he shows up or not. And he bailed me out.
Vinny.
Yeah, he
I'm
bailed me out
scrolling to
with.
find him. Where's
Oh,
he
okay.
at? So I can add him to the call.
He'll be in green on your list
Yeah.
because you called, so now it's on you. But yeah, he bailed me out last time for the Larry thing. Larry and Rob Works.
Cool.
So,
Okay. Are you there,
finish things up.
Vinny?
Eh,
Did you just have to see
he's
my
gonna be
ears?
here.
See my ears?
Uh, no, he doesn't seem to be answered. Wait a minute. I
Vinny.
see his window. No, he's got a little hung up. There he is. He's coming. He's probably got to feed the hamsters. Turn the
Vinny.
fucking on there, dummy. Dummy.
Am I?
dumb
Can you
shit.
can you hear me now?
I
Yeah.
can hear you now. Barely.
All right. All right, it's probably kicking me out of RLM radio for a minute while we get all these hamsters lined up. Yeah, I fed. I had some mice in here, or at least one big one, and so I fed him some stuff. But I think it killed him. I think he's just like taking it in one party and hallucinating with it.
So where are you going and when?
I'm going to near Abilene, Texas, and I leave the 5th next month.
Cool.
And so, yeah, it's telling me to wait here. I'll be back in chat in a minute as soon as it lets me.
Abilene, Texas, where the men are men and the sheep are scared.
No, I believe that's a little further north.
Yeah, I think that's Montana.
Oh yeah, that's Arkansas where you're at now.
No, in Texas, it's the Longhorns that are going, holy crap, he's going to use my horns for handlebars again. Son of a bitch.
Yeehaw!
Yeah. Cow riding. Who would have thought? So what are you going to do in Abilene? Raise hell? Or are you going to protest? A video protest?
I'm gonna go be a regular person. Go to my cousins. Then he and his wife is my favorite cousin. She and I like shopping. Go to the Goodwills and Salvation Army and yard selling.
Ooh, treasure hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't forget the pawn shops. I highly recommend your pawn shops for those of you who like deals. Man, there's plenty of them to be made. Plenty. Pawn shops.
Yeah, I was hearing you talking about, the beginning days here, and you're the one who asked me to come on along with you, and we did the 26 volumes with several episodes included.
Yeah, but to be fair, you were already doing radio prior to that. I just picked up you wanted to do some radio on there, so thought I'd give me something to do and help you. So we joined forces, and here we are all this time later, and now there's shows springing off of people that we've met along the way.
That's right.
So
yeah, my connecting voices is kind of stalled a lot, but just kind of changing up what we do. But I think it's important that we do something. I got one more broadcast left on this current series of feedback, and it'll be episode 13. And actually, I'll have another half one. I got to have 13 and a half in here. So.
How do you have a half a broadcast?
That's Baker's does.
Oh, I got it. Moosey! Hi, Moose.
Hey, Moose. She remembered. Oh, I like that.
You got to have a start and finish, though, right? And happy birthday, Moosey, the other day on the big old moon.
Yeah. What is somebody counting there, or somebody being jingle bells?
Counting the what?
I'm hearing jingle bells.
No, I'm hearing somebody peeing in a bucket.
That's just me moving around here. I've got some kosher bacon cooking over here.
Oh, okay. I thought you were peeing in a bucket. Okay. Kosher. Same sound, different end.
Yeah. We study.
And I'm the only person you'll ever know that probably says, ew, bacon. You can have my half. I don't want any of it, thanks.
Well, okay.
I make a lot of friends with that line. It's amazing.
Well, yeah.
I can have your bacon? I'll kill for you. Cool. I don't like that prick over there. Get busy. And as the Jew knows, keep the hands clean. Words are available.
I just watched a movie. I don't even know what the name of it was, but it was it's a real good movie. And it was about war and Czechoslovakia. Not Czechoslovakia.
That narrows it down.
Hungary and Poland. And
Czechoslovakia and Hungary war film. World War II, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, World War II and the Jews. And, a lot of my friend, she and I, we were watching it over here. Her old man's sleeping. He's a lazy bum. He's supposed to be splitting some wood I got so. But so anyways, war kind of been the theme of my feedback, kind of a different aspect of type of wars. We war with ourselves even. We was talking in chat there just a little bit earlier. Who's your own worst enemy? And I said, with my own worst enemy right now. So. I mean, when it comes down, but anyways, the last broadcast, not really the last one. I always say the last, but it ain't never. There's something room for a part 2 in there. You're welcome, Lucy. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful birthday. But we are at war, and when we put conflict as our, the main interaction, that makes war God. And I know Grams was all like a few weeks ago when I titled that. She had some same things to say about that, but it's kind of a far-reaching walk around.
Hooty doody whitey.
So that's a kind of a wide walk around and examination of humanity. So, and the very last one, 13.5 will be war's end, and that's comes from a judge, a jury, and a half-assed chance. That's where that number 13.5 comes.
When humanity examines you. That's going to be interesting.
You say that, and the reason that I even came onto social media and the network, the web, and all that was to leave a record. When I make a mistake, I've spoken for hundreds of hours that's available and on air, and I don't think I've really I've said some wrong things, but I don't think I've ever said anything that was really inflammatory towards certainly violence is justified, but we're going to have to look at a whole different way of doing this as we move forward. And unfortunately, I'm looking at all that comes down the pike, and that's more the same. And unfortunately, we just keep falling for it. Generation after generation.
Well, that's because we keep. It's because we keep revolving or having a revolution as opposed to evolving. We need to evolve.
Or maybe it's what we're told and we settle for it instead of trying to really make an attempt to stop it. We just complain like good little slaves.
Well, yeah.
Well, this movie, it really pulls on your heartstrings, and, it shows the struggle of the Jewish people that were most certainly being abused and murdered and all kinds of things. And then they fought back and they came together. But it's unfortunate that we, so see now, like, Flash, you're not a Zionist.
No,
but most people, would put if a person's a Jew, they put them in that same category. But this movie was propaganda for the Israeli-American alliance. It was a good movie. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, it's all this information is being fed to us, and that's why I called this broadcast feedback. And I've heard other people, of course, refer to feed and all that sort of thing. But like I said, it's too bad that we just keep falling for it and falling for it. But thank God Trump's president.
Who is the we that? Yeah. Oh boy, that's going to change shit. But who is the we that falls for it?
Well,
there's plenty of people that do, but who are they?
Well, it's the ambiguous we, just like the ambiguous they. It's a term used in generality of the normal people.
You're being very inclusive.
Yeah.
Hey, Moose, if you want to call us in, we got room at the table for you. So call, on the Skype.
I'll share my bacon with her.
I'll bet you will.
Yeah.
Benny's making bacon.
Want to take yeah, she's gonna make long life-changing decisions on a social site in front of 30 people.
Well,
I'll take your bacon.
You know what? All we really have to do is make an effect on one person and they on another.
Yeah.
Well, and Rob Works, it was surprising to me. I didn't have any clue that he wanted to do this. If I would have known, I would have, pushed him to it a little sooner, give him some some ideas or whatever I think I got. And just the way that it all fell together kind of was more, it was more free. Let's say that.
Well, see, and that's that whole we're connected thing. Everything happens in its proper time. And, I know Rob has said things prior to, but now things are working out for him. Now he's, wow, I have the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, you came to him. But, like reading I've read Vince's opinions. I know what Vince is going to say when he says it. It's not a surprise to me anymore. Or Rob. I've been reading Rob for a period of time, or Grimm, or you. And certain people just, they know where they stand, and they're not afraid to say it. And Rob and Grimm are in that category above most people, in my opinion, because they take them all on. They don't pick and choose words as much as I do. And I think I'm pretty loose, but not compared to those two. I'm more like Vince. Vince picks and chooses his fights, too. And Grimm and Rob, if you're wrong, they'll stand up against you. Wow. Okay. Well, how did you take that, Vince? Like some kind of insult? I didn't mean it that way.
Me?
Yeah, that you pick fights more than
insult me.
Yeah, well, you got quiet, so I thought, hey, whoa.
That's because he's eating bacon.
Not yet. I was practicing listening. I was actually practicing listening, waiting for my turn to talk. Since I was actually waiting for my turn to talk, I didn't really listen, did I?
Yeah, no. There's not enough of that going on. Take a turn.
But no, back to the beginning of your conversation. We got some really smart people here in the.
No shit. Yeah.
That's what was most appealing to me. And there's a diversity there. We're not all can't be put in the same basket. And
no, not
there's
really.
Some people that, in my opinion, might have a little problem with their expression, but other people, and I'm going to shout out Chloe. I think she does so well to kind of have a different perspective on some things than say the majority here. And she stands up for what she believes in, and she does it eloquently, I think. So.
Oh yeah.
Shout out for Chloe.
See, and you got to give her props for that, because at least she is willing to stand up and stick by her guns, whether you disagree with her or not. She's standing up and sticking by what she has to say, and hey, I give her props for that.
Some things don't need to be agreed upon. They are already solid enough. They stand alone. That is one of them, in my opinion. But on the other side of the coin, slaps on the back are kind of nice on the radio. It's nice to be recognized. I know that from other people doing it. So, yeah. And it's hard to be the only one that says no. And we've all done that. So, yeah. But the topics, I disagree. See? The action doesn't cause me any trouble at all. Freedom of speech is a two-edged sword. It's the things that some people believe and that they're backing up that drives me insane.
Yeah.
Sure.
See, and I just... Well, the one thing that I always find so funny that it seems like the ones that are always, holy crap, I got a lot of... In any case, damn, is everybody else hearing that ocean's roar like I'm hearing?
No.
No,
I gotta
it's
ask,
just me.
Grams, is that a ducky pup on your head?
This
I can't tell
is
if it's a duck or a pup.
it's
like
Eeyore. It's my
Oh.
onesie, Vinny. See, it's my onesie. See, it's my union suit, kind of, sort of like. In any case, what I was wanting to say before I started hearing the ocean's roar is, people that throw out the freedom of speech, yada, 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 you have to listen to me kind of thing, don't realize that what goes along with that freedom of speech also goes along with the freedom to not listen.
Well,
that's part of that freedom.
But when your core beliefs tell you that I'm wrong and my core beliefs tell me that you're wrong, middle ground can never be found, because there's a divide and conquer right there in the beginning. You can't overcome it.
Oh, and Moosey said she's hearing. Wow. It's when I talk.
Well, it's all Vince's fault.
Because I'm eating bacon. But it is kosher.
Ah. Okay.
Or, Here's another person that I found to be a great benefit to myself is Beth. And she challenged me to be able to be more clear on what it is I'm trying to make a statement to. And it's real easy. I mean, I'm so bad in typing and trying to express something that's even harder to do, let alone speaking on it.
Well, I disagree with the comment she made about so stick to your opinion no matter what, ? Well, that's a question. I don't agree with anybody holding on to their opinion because it is not necessarily based on anything more than your feelings, and those change. So no, if you're going to go with a fact, you don't need to agree with a fact. A fact is a fucking fact. You wake up and you go, oh, that's the way it went. Okay, got it. Not these people explained it to me, so now I understand. No, that's a bunch of horse shit. You're still justifying crap. Like that 9/11 shit you went on with for weeks.
Oh, now see, it's when everybody else shuts up that... And this only happens when I have a third person join in. Do you notice that?
Well, yes, I did. I just didn't want to say anything and sound like a know-it-all. No, I didn't notice anything.
No, it's weird.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it. I'm sorry, Mary. But I was saying about a fact is just a fact, and agreeing with it doesn't make it more of a fact, and you haven't joined a group. You just know something. Whoopty. You know, it doesn't make you special to have knowledge. That's not the part that needs addressing. It's the guy that doesn't have the knowledge that needs the help. And as a society, we're so competitive and dig me, I'm cool. We want to be the one that knows the answer. Oy vey. That'll keep you stupid for a long time.
Yeah.
You're reading the opinions of people that wrote down what they want you to know. And if you don't have some kind of inner core that can interfere in these judgments, and try to use a process like common sense, things that will tell you these things they're telling you are not possible, like killing 6 million people in 4 years. Are you cooking them? And no, the math didn't work. Let alone, I mean, this World War II shit, but it's so easy to spot a tale, and then once you start showing people the flaws in the story, they argue to prove the story is true, and they got to know deep down inside. This is so big, only a government could have pulled it off. It's too big for anything else to have worked.
Yep.
And if it had been terrorists, it would have been 400 planes in one morning, not 4. Therefore, your theory is flawed from the gate. You're being fucking screwed by your own people. Who wants to admit that? Crying out fucking loud.
Yeah, in this movie that they had the betrayers in there, selling their own people out. One guy, he was tried and convicted by a jury of his peers and executed on the spot and choked him to death. And then some of the police that were doing, not unlawful things like raping and killing and stuff, they were tried on the spot and sentenced with those that led. And it's unfortunate. This is that revolution that keeps rolling around, and that's probably what will happen again. We're divided and conquered.
And let me comment to Betsy again, who says facts are not same as belief. Well, that's the whole point. You don't need to believe a fact. There's no reason to believe it. It's a fact. What are you believing? You're passing a judgment on knowledge. Bing. Either you know it or you don't. And there's some things that people, they dissect it to such a small, unimportant level that it kind of distracts from the original problem in the first place. And it misdirects you to start thinking about other shit that has nothing to do with it. And it's a big scam, and we're all sucked into it all at the same time. Wish I would have thought of it. I'd make you people dance like little puppets on a string. Line up to pay me taxes and give me money. Hey,
can you sing that song by Michael Jackson?
You could get. you could get driver's licenses from me and permission slips to do adult things like get married, live inside, have electricity. I mean, what? Are you fucking people serious, really?
Hey, speaking of awards, I'd like to take this moment to give the Best Achievement Award for Most Improvement to Jay Dredd in his interaction and behavior in chat. Really come a long ways. So I'm proud of him.
Yeah, you know, he wrote something yesterday, and I didn't know whether to be mad at him for writing it or call him a liar. But wow, yeah, you're right. I'm even recognizing that. Yep. Because I thought he was lying with what he wrote. I didn't believe it. You know, it's hard to make sense out of shit on a computer screen every time you read it. You know. Sometimes I'm in a bad mood and I don't want to see nothing good. I want to sit here and be miserable, like you.
Ah.
You never know. I could. Well, come on. We all have a shitty day or a shitty hour or a shitty something, but a shitty life is a decision you make. You know?
Mostly, huh?
Oh, no, all the time, Vince. I could be as mad as fuck as I want at whoever I want to be mad at, and the only one suffering is me. So how long do I want to sit in that pile of shit is a choice I make.
Well, Kate makes the very good point of that was her point. It's all about me, and that is one of the big conflicts, the most crucial conflict in this war that is life that we occupy, or at least it occupies us if we don't take to occupy it ourselves. I mean, it goes back to some of the lessons from Hal and stakeholders and stockholders and stocking.
It's the punctuation, Betsy. I have a hard time reading script on an internet site because of the punctuation. And besides, we're just jibber-jabbering about opinions and crap for the most part. It doesn't really matter. Don't take it personal. Just using your name because it was there in front of something you said. I'll pick on somebody else. Sorry, Vince. Go ahead.
Wait, I'm eating bacon now.
Oh,
Okay.
Enjoy. Mary, go on, Mary.
Well,
Mary had a little
lamb. His fleece was, and you know what? I just can't deal with that shit. Vinny, I'm gonna have to disconnect you, honey, because it seems to be happening whenever I get. Yeah. So.
Mary had a little lamb, and boy was her brother jealous. Hey,
and I'll
Vincent,
let you eat your bacon, sweetheut. Because I've been adjusting my volumes and all that shit, and it's not fixing it. So.
All right. I'll see you guys back in the chat.
Love you, sweetie.
Ho, ho, ho.
Love y'all. Au revoir.
Bacon.
Okay.
So what's on your mind there, little Miss Mary, that you want to get all vocal about it?
Well, and bless his heart, you know, and hi, Janie Doe. I see you, sweetheart. Oh, crap. Now, see, it's happening with you. What the hell is going on with my freaking...
I don't know. Your volume level it's probably, maybe there's a storm brewing and you're being punished by the Lord. The Lord God is taking it upon himself to pay you back for 1987.
Oh, hey, 1987, what did I do then? No, actually, okay, Vinny finally got disconnected and now it's gone away. And no, there it is.
You know,
it could be my weather conditions. It really could. Because I've been adjusting.
But it doesn't matter what we're talking about.
No, when Vinny was saying this war that we're doing here with holy shit, with everybody, and it's like, no, this is not. God, dander, some of it itches. Where in the hell's that coming from? In any case, it's pissing me off.
I'm sorry, Mary. Are you having a bad show with me?
Well, no, it was doing great until I added a third person, and then all of a sudden now I've got all this going on in the background.
Okay,
it's
now you're having,
Yeah, it's like, what the hell is going on?
You're fading in and out. I don't know.
I wonder if it's my weather. It could be, because the weather is really shitty out here. In any case, he was saying, you know, this whole war that we're doing, and I think that's the problem that we're dealing with here. Is, you know, everybody is
You're breaking up. Okay, there you are. You're back again.
Okay, and the ocean roar went. No, here it comes again. What the
Oh,
hell?
yeah, I hear a little bit. I don't know. Do you want me to hang up and you want to call me back and see if that doesn't clear it up?
No,
No?
I don't know. Let's see. But
Mm.
uh,
Mm. No, they're talking about feeding your animals inferior food products in America. Yeah, well, yeah, the advertising can say anything, make false claims all the time, misdirect you, lie to you about shit. The law is written for them to do that. The law isn't written to protect you from the producer. It's written to protect the producer from you. Because when you get sick and tired of what they're selling you, you're going to want your money back. But they already spent it on bombs.
okay.
They'll be delivering soon. I was on rant.
Rob's suggesting that I reconnect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect with you, Flash-a-Rooney Head, and then reconnect with you in a little bit. So
awaiting your call.
Okay. And yep, it sucked balls. It was poor. Flash is asking, or not Flash, Skype is asking me. I heard an echo, I heard a noise, I heard all kinds of shit. Okay, send that feedback to... If my other shit would freaking work. But in any case, I was wanting to respond to Vinny, but I was getting so freaking frustrated with goddamn Skype. In any case, I think the problem is that when you look at things like it's a war, you look at your life like it's a war. When it's not supposed to be looked at as a war. It's not supposed to be looked at like it's, we're doing battle against each other. We're not supposed to be doing battle against each other here. We're supposed to be working together. So when you have that mindset that it is a war, then we're going to keep on with this bullshit that we've got going on. Until we get that mindset gone, then we're just gonna keep replaying and replaying. That's my personal opinion. Now I'm gonna see if I can call Flash-a-Rooney back. Oh no, I don't want to do that one. Never mind. Let me hang up because that wound up doing a group call thing. I don't want to do that one. So let me call Flash-a-Rooney Head back and see how that works. Hey, dude.
Oh, if I'm good tonight, Maester will take me to the dungeon and beat me.
Okay, now see, I don't have that nasty-ass feedback anymore, so...
Oh, okay. Blame Vince. Vincent did it.
No, I think it's my cheap-ass Skype.
Okay. I don't know.
And if I could, I have Jitsu on this computer, and I have Rakatu 5 on here, but I have firewall issues that it's not a firewall setting on my computer. I think it's something to do with my ISP, and it's like, you fuckers.
Okay. That was like a whole mouthful of gaga to me, but if you say so, sure.
Well,
that's what I was thinking, Miss Mary.
Okay, there you go. In any case, it does sound a whole heck of a lot better now.
Well, good. It's good it's good to be connected. Ah.
Yeah, and to not have that
the
going
head
on.
Banging. Wow, you didn't have to do it for me. I got the point. Wow. Boy, what, you think I missed Vince or something? Mr. Bacon in the face. Wow. Wow, my jokes are dying. I've been dying in Denmark all week. Ooh.
Oh, that sucks.
Anyway. You know what? Not everything I say is funny. Sometimes I hit them, and sometimes, I swing. And
swing.
The goal has not been met, and I miss.
Yes, I have Jitsu, Grimmy, but you know what? I tried to go in there, and it kept telling me I couldn't get in there, so it's like, mother puss bucket. It kept telling me I had passwords that weren't correct and shit, so I dished it and reloaded, and yeah, whatever. You're welcome, Vinny.
I don't. Yeah, you know what? And Paul Bunyan says to somebody about something. No wonder people get so easily offended. And the last week I was noticing that how sensitive we all seem lately. The last couple months, if you know what I mean. No? Okay. I
Ah.
thought maybe you. No, you don't have an opinion about something like that. Wow.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I think everybody does get sensitive, but
Okay, so like let's go to the wavelength theory for just a moment and just ponder this, right? With
mm-hmm.
all this electric shit, with Larry Woods and Rob Works and IB Dauncey and all these guys that know a little bit about this stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, they all seem to agree that the wavelength is affecting us in both a mental and a physical way. So if you feel uncomfortable physically or mentally, it could very well be part of the intake from the electronics or the food or whatever is throwing you out of balance.
Ah, okay.
See,
Okay.
so yeah, that's the point. It's like, I learn a lot from watching Hannah because Hannah is a dog, and there's not much more simpler than a dog. A dog can be taught to do a lot of things that like are you'd have to be more invested with a rat, but a dog, they're fun and whatnot. And how easy it is for her, but when life is out of balance in any direction, she goes crazy.
Yeah, well, dogs have a tendency to
Hmm.
their mindset is if you can't eat it, shit on it, or if you can't eat it or fuck it, then shit on it and move
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah,
So, or pee on it and move on. However, whichever part of the bodily ick. But
yeah. Well, yeah. Moosegurl's writing on the instead of joining us, she just is typing, and
that's okay.
apparently,
That's okay.
yeah. Well, me and Moose agree about a lot of stuff. It's very unusual to agree with somebody that much, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
hey, Flasher, I see a picture of you.
Oh, is that good or bad? I don't
It's
know what.
it's you standing beside a cop.
Yeah, I did that in Scotland.
Ah.
I talked that cop into taking that picture with me in Scotland when I was, yeah, I think I was 12, 11, 12, or 2012, not 11. Yeah, it was like the second year. And he says, "No, no, I can't do that." I said, "Why not? What am I going to do? I'm going to put it on the social site so my friends can see an American with a Scottish cop, no handcuffs, no bullets, and you're smiling. This is cool." And he
Yeah.
said, "Okay." Yeah, and he just leaned back and went, "Oh, go ahead and do it." Went, "Cool." But that's not how the cops in America treated me. there
Oh.
was a there was a huge difference in the way the police in foreign countries have treated me than at home.
Oh, yeah. There is a
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is kind of funny, and that's where you can see the difference in mindsets and stuff.
Mm. Well, the last 6 months I was in Kirkwall, I think, or maybe the last year, it was wintertime. And some kids had done a vandalism in town and spray painted something on the side of the bank in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of town. Right. I mean, you cannot go through this town without seeing this. So Kirkwall had a vandal. And one evening, about 6, 7 o'clock, I hear a knock at the door. Go answer it. It's the police by himself, just a uniform, and he takes 10 steps back away from the door to talk to me in case I didn't want to talk to him.
Ah.
I had the choice to either dismiss him or not. And because I got treated so nice, I figured, oh, I'll at least hear what he's got to say, but I'm not a snitch.
Well, see, it's a treating you with respect.
Oh, yeah, it was really nice, too. Yeah, they
Which
call you
which
sir.
also makes it to where you are more inclined to be respectful
Mm.
towards them.
Yeah, well, living on an island when there's nowhere for him to run, so he's got to be good to all the people he's protecting, or if anything should ever happen to him, he's on his own. So you get what you give thing in from the system that you're paying. So on like on a political level, Scotland is horrid, but the small island chains, if you get into a situation like that, the treatment of people is more civilized. You know, they're not so open, no, so quick to be rude to your face, is what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, because you're responsible for your own behavior, and other people are going to see what you do, and wow, nobody wants to be a prick. That's not how life truly is. That's movies. When you're a stranger in a strange place, people are usually fairly friendly. Yeah.
Well, when people expect others to be respectful and responsible,
Right.
a lot of
Right.
people, will respond in kind
Mhm.
and behave in a manner that is expected of them. And that was always my big thing, and it still is. What I
Mhm.
expect of others, is I expect them to to be at least open to consider someone else's opinion. You don't have to
Mhm.
agree with it, but try and be responsible, try and be respectful to others. If you can't be those things, then move along. That's what I
Uh,
expect of people.
yeah, but I like to fight though. I like to
Well,
argue about shit, just like the next monkey. Come on.
yeah, but you know what? There's a difference between fighting and
Mm.
arguing and just flat ass being mean
Oh
and
yeah. Oh yeah.
disrespectful.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Like
can
the
have a
Chris.
differing of opinions, you can have a
Yeah.
debate over things, and it can be a nonsensical debate, but it can
Mm.
still be a
Mm.
respectful one.
Yeah. I know. But like we said earlier, though, we're all so oversensitive
Well,
because
yeah.
there's something in the wavelengths that we're reacting to, how we react to it.
Well, and a
You
lot of
know.
times I think that's just people just refuse to accept the concept that, other
Mm.
people probably are as attached to their opinions as you are to yours. And put yourself
Absolutely.
in their shoes and stop and
Mm.
think, wow,
Yeah.
how would I feel if someone was that in my face? I probably wouldn't
Mhm.
like that too much, would I? Dang, maybe I ought to dial it back just a skosh. But okay, I got to go
Yeah.
off
And
topic here real quick
but
because
oh, okay.
I keep seeing Moosey talking about, she
Mhm.
doesn't need to something about not getting laid and whatever, which
Oh,
I'm with you
ouch.
there, girlfriend.
Uh,
And someone said she
oh,
needed to not be so picky, and it's like, excuse me? You know
mm.
what? If somebody's going to be getting some of that, some num-nums from this old broad, I'm going to be very picky about who's going to be dipping their wick in my candle wax.
Oh, wow.
I'm just not of the, I know there's an awful lot of people that are of the mindset that it's okay to just go out there and just get it on with whomever, and I have a problem with that. I
Why?
be,
Why?
because I think that to me that is something that's a very special sharing with
Mm.
another individual. And when you care about someone, and I'm not saying I've never had one night stands,
Oh,
because I
jeez.
have
Okay.
had one night stands,
Woo.
but
Wow.
that's why I understand now that one night
Mm.
stands suck. Why go
Right.
there? Because I can't I can't be,
Mm.
I can't be myself and totally enjoy that experience if I know it's just going to be a fucking wham bam thank you ma'am thing. There's got to be
Wow.
an emotional commitment in there, and I know this is way more than you bargained for, but hey, it's a dork table.
No, you
But
go right
to
ahead. No.
me, it's gotta
Mm.
be an emotional commitment. You've gotta
Mm.
have that. If that's why it's called making love. I mean, you want to
Mm.
have sex, you can buy a fucking vibrator or one of those little
Wow.
fake dildo things. But
Okay.
if you want to have a connection with someone else, there
My
needs to
wife's
be a
gonna like
connection,
this.
not just
Wh-
physical.
What do I do with my wife?
What do you do with your wife? Well, if she wants to
You just
help you
gave me a lot
along.
of it. You gave me a lot of advice I can't use.
Well,
You feel better
well,
yet? Yeah.
Yes, I
Okay.
do, but
Proceed.
it's one of those things where I know you can be really flippant, and I know I get
Yeah.
I I can talk a good game, but when it
Uh,
comes right down to it, man, if there ain't an emotional connection, forget it, dude, because I do know how to cross my legs and tell you
mm,
to move along. So,
wow. I didn't know I had asked for anything like that, but
no, you
okay.
didn't, but it was in the chat and it spurred that thought.
I,
So,
I see that.
dig out the Nerf
And
spurs.
you have the freedom to say whatever crosses your mind here
I
at the
know,
Dork
and
Table.
I just spit it out.
That's right. I welcome others to join us at their own, what do you call it? Your own, ooh, I lost the word, risk. Well, I'm Jewish, and it's like the 400 rules of acquisition. You got to know this shit. Enter at your own risk. I'm not financially going to be responsible for your therapy, Jacko.
There you go.
You know? So, yeah, and Moose can agree with Grams, and Grams can agree with Grams, and I'm looking around, and I don't need, Cirque took the dog for a walk, so I'm sitting here alone, and I got a
Ah.
woman telling me I should go out and buy a vibrator. I'm thinking, what the fuck? What do you got? I thought this computer didn't have a camera.
No,
Wow, what the fuck?
no, the
They're watching
Japanese
anyway.
have developed Japanese, I
Yeah.
think, have developed a pillow that you can use for those purposes. And wow, when I saw
My
that was
wife
like,
would
holy God.
probably not be happy. So let's not think about that any further.
Okay.
Anyway, Carol, Carol, yes. Hey, Grim. Always good to see you playing around here at the Dork Table. Cause fuck, we're even liable to talk about something people care about, like Pwesident Twump.
Oh Lord. Isn't a
Yeah.
twumple stillskin with that ever so
Oh,
attractive hair?
I can hardly wait. I'm just counting the days because, I never seen a guy that looked so much like Ronald McDonald be inaugurated in the White House. It's going to be monumental.
I know it is. It's wow.
Cannon fodder for 8 fucking years to come, or until they shoot him and replace him with a Jesuit, whichever comes first. But
Uh, and
enter,
I have a hard time really paying attention to a lot of that shit anymore.
especially me when I talk on the Dork Table, because you're reading chat, you hussy.
I know. I'm two-timing you. My eyes are taking
See,
precedence over my ears.
you go off, yeah, but you see, you go off on this rant about infidelity, and then on the radio with your very own partner, you just read while he talks.
Well, yeah.
Try to pretend you know what's going on. I'm on to you.
Yeah. I'm a cybernetic,
Wow.
shameless hussy, I am.
Okay, but I feel involved in Rob getting himself started. He wants to do a more serious thing than I do.
And that's awesome. I think it's
I know,
amazing because, yeah, I think he
yeah,
will bring a lot of very valuable information out for everyone to have a listen.
yeah, because I would assume I take a lot of flack and lose a lot of interest because I don't want to take this too serious. You know, I'm just having fun and meeting people and yakking about crap, and we think this and we think that. But when I look inside the house, there's just Cirque and the animals. Everything's good. Life
Yeah.
is comfort.
Well,
Yeah,
there's so much seriousness out there.
yeah.
You need to. It's a whole yin and yang thing. You got to balance shit out, and when you get inundated with all that ugly all
I
the
don't know.
time,
When I go out into the public sector, I don't see any tanks. I don't see any uniforms. I don't see any guns. The shit that I don't want to see ain't there. It was like I found a society that I already liked. I was already good with it before I got into it. It was what I was looking for.
yeah. See, and isn't that
And
cool?
yeah, and it's an older. There's a lot of people here walking around older than me, and they're in fine shape for their age. And they get out there and they walk around and in the cold and shit. It's tough life, tough people out here. Like up in the northern in the U.S. where it snows all the time and shit, and you got to get out there and fucking deal with it. It makes you stronger than the guy that thinks a lot down in the beach in Texas, like Rob. You know,
Yeah.
Rob's comfortable with his choice, but the guy that lives up in the north, they're a tough breed. They get a pleasure somehow. They may complain about it, but I think they really like what they do, or they wouldn't spend their whole fucking life doing it. There's a certain amount of satisfaction in a job well done, but
Yes.
as a culture, it's been beaten out of most of us to look at what we do on our own and without other people giving you acclamation. Oh, look what a wonderful job you did. For you to just do maintenance and be glad that you did the maintenance and it suits you is a lost art.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
And with
Taking
with the
pride
slave,
in a job well done.
yeah,
Whether
it's been beat.
someone pats you on the back for it or not. You
Yeah,
just observing that, hey, I did good on that.
yeah, yeah. And that need for other people to verbally compliment you has been brought onto us, I feel. I don't think we started out that way, where we needed approval and, oh, they like what I thought and what. No, that comes later in life. You know,
Yeah.
when you're a kid, nobody gives a fuck what you think about anything, and they're not shy to tell you that. 9 months to learn to walk and talk, and then the rest of my life telling me to shut up and sit down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're still telling me that still to this day. And if they ain't figured, if I ain't listened yet, what makes you fucking think I'm going to listen to you? Your approach is not working. Try another door.
I wonder if maybe that's not the problem or part of one of the little keys, because there's no one thing that's the problem with the world. There's a lot of little things. But I
Hmm.
wonder if
Yeah.
maybe the whole concept of having to have someone else go, "Oh, you did good. Such a
Mm.
good puppy. You did a good job." You know, I
It feels good. I
people,
mean, hey,
yeah,
wait a minute.
it
It
does feel good,
but
but why do
but
you
what
need that? Instead,
yeah.
why not just take pride in the efforts that you put forth, knowing that you are going to benefit from the efforts that you put forth,
Mm,
and
mm.
not have to go around looking for everyone else to go, "You did a
I
good
don't know.
job. You did a good job."
I don't know. I just know that we've got some kind of conditioning to get there. I don't believe I started out that way. And what little memory I have, of however far back I can go, I can remember emulating my dad driving a car. I might have been 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I was learning to muscle movements and the stick shift and all those things that I was wanting to learn how to do. But the congratulations shit for learning stuff, I don't know. When and where did that start? Does that start in school and then they get you addicted to the competition for knowing something that's a bullshit story in the first place?
Well, now I do remember, as a kid, of course,
Mm,
all of big family and all that fun stuff. All of us did newspaper routes and all that fun shit. And then if we did our chores without being told to do our chores, I know people are going to freak, but I got a quarter a week and I thought I was freaking rich
rich. Yeah,
because I
me
got a
too.
quarter a week for doing
Yeah,
my chores. And I
and it
didn't
went a
have no
long way.
pud chores either. But that was pretty much all the recognition we got growing up. And then at school, when you started school, you got a gold star if you got 100% on a paper. But, other than that, if you didn't get 100% on that paper, you didn't get no gold star. So you tried to do a little bit better so you could come home and say, "See, I got a gold star." But
Well, but that's
that's
what we
gone
do.
to adulthood, because in high school we
Hmm.
didn't get those gold stars anymore. It was like this was kind of the training thing to get you to try and get that 100%, to learn the subject matter, to understand the subject matter. And then in high school, it was no more the gold star because you're just expected to learn. And if you don't learn it, well, then you're the one that's at a loss, not anyone else. Of course, I'm also talking about way back when I was in high school, when we still had civics class, and when you did math, if you had a calculator in your book bag, you got an F for the day because you had to actually do that math, either on paper or in your head. You know, there wasn't no shortcut and shit going on way back in the dinosaur days. And,
Yeah, I
you know,
remember.
so now everybody expects you to give them a trophy, even for just taking one step forward. And it's like, really? You get that damn many trophies out there, and you're not going to be able to take a step forward here pretty quick, darling. So get over
Wow.
yourself. Stop thinking you need a trophy for every little bitty accomplishment that you made. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You wiped that big old booger off of your face. Thank you so much. You know, that's what this
Wow.
world has become. Is everybody's out there going, "Oh, you have to appreciate these things that I should be doing anyway."
Yeah. Hey, I could register to the United Nations for them to recognize me as my own country.
There you go. I want you to recognize me and give me a trophy because I am a country in and of myself.
Well, I'm so unique. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of fellows that can represent what I represent, whatever the fuck that means. But it works on people. And, you know, you try to tell them they're getting scammed and they argue about it. So,
You're registered to me.
my wife
Oh.
says I'm registered to her. She's claiming ownership again. Hey,
Ah.
that's the deal. We well, we made our promise. There you go.
Hmm.
See, it's so easy to deal in life if you just try to eliminate as much of the deceit out of your life as you can. If you're not bullshitting people and you're not getting bullshitted, then the results should become, comfortable, if not happy. I'd say comfortable. But
Yeah.
you got to be willing. You got to be willing to go without a lot of things in your, accumulative side, because slavery is it's temporary.
Yeah. Well,
And you come to an age where the slave owners don't want to abuse you anymore. Then what do you, yeah, then and
then
now
you're
they
of
now
no
they
use whatsoever.
right, but they've figured out ways to steal most of the pension funds over the years. They're working on what's left.
Aha.
And these greedy slobs aren't going to stop until they got control of everything. Rob Works knows that. Grimner knows that. Moose, I mean, on and on. The people in this room know that. And that's why they're here, because they know that.
Oh, look,
And
Moosey said she
yeah.
got a gold star. She's awesome.
Let's give her a Dork star. We'll name a star after her. We'll call it Moosegurl Dork Star.
'Cause
Pick
she
one
is
out of the sky. Yeah, we'll make a
she's a
little
superstar.
little thing, and there you go. Did you know that there was a company in America maybe 10 years ago, selling stars? And get a star named after you. What? I want a star named. Okay, look in the sky and call a star Steve. There you go. You just did it. But people got convinced if they did it with paperwork, it was illegal.
Well, you know what?
But
I actually my youngest daughter
yeah,
actually got someone to buy her a star.
there you go. Duh. Wow, are people gullible or what? Yeah, never pay retail. There's the clue to the whole thing right there. You pay retail. Because the one thing you'll always be guaranteed, no matter how you do your transactions, is this: you get exactly what you pay for. There you go. I've spoken in my Jewy Jewness amongst all of you at the same time.
In your Jewy Jewness.
Oh yeah, I just gave you. Yeah, sure.
Well, Jewy Jewness, huh? Okay, so in your Jewy Junus,
Yeah.
what are you going to do with the rest of the world during Christmas time, Mr. Jewy Junus?
Well, I'd like to tell you what I would like to give the world as a gift if I was capable of doing.
Okay.
Give them the truth about everything. Instead of all the deceit that we live in, not knowing it's deceit, wouldn't even need to expose anything. Would just flip. There's my gift. It's all true now. Instead of
Ah.
being taken to the shed, that you're not going for ice cream, you idiot. They get the Charlie Brown and Lucy thing.
But I like ice cream.
Well, the truth isn't always as wonderful as we like to think because it discovers deception. But if we were based on the truth, there would be no deception to uncover. And people are thriving on this fucking whistle-blowing nonsense. And this guy's got the keys to the freaking kingdom in his briefcase, and he's going to tell us what the answer of life is. And they just keep believing the same stupid bullshit over and over and over. You're on your own. All that is an illusion.
I'm on my own?
Yeah. I can prove it.
But I don't want to be on my own.
Yep. If somebody's not physically holding you up right now, you're on your own. And if you're being held up by somebody else, hey, enjoy. Good for you.
I'm being held up by me. So.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay,
I've spoken with my wisdom again. Yeah, it's time for us to go fuck off and get off this radio.
I know, and let everybody else do their own thing, damn it.
Oh.
Okay. So, y'all have been listening to the Dork Table here on reallibertymedia.com, channel 3. Also on the rlmradio.xyz station, on the RLM Spreaker channel, on, RLM TuneIn station, and RLM Internet radio station. Please stick around because later on today, we are going to have Kira with the bridge. And
the bridge,
yeah. And then after that, we're going to have, Bo Diddy and his Bodacious Tunage.
Bo.
And then tomorrow at noon Eastern Time is Grimner with the Blues leading you into Hal Anthony and Behind the Woodshed.
Yes.
So, until then, y'all have an absolutely awesome rest of your weekend. And stay warm. Or stay cool for those of you in Texas and Florida, you butts.
And go